I think men should pay for everything. I think the fertility window of women is much shorter. Their sexual currency diminishes greatly by the time they're 40. The downside of sex is much greater for them. The downside of pregnancy is much greater for them. In sum, when a young woman who is of childbearing age is spending time with you, quite frankly, her time is more valuable than yours.
Listen, I've done 68 movies.
68 movies.
650 episodic television shows.
Wow.
I've done 200 concerts all over the world. I've had 200 men all over the world.
I'll have to give Scott Galloway credit for this. He has a unique ability to get me and like-minded people like myself to stop whatever we're doing and just be forced to respond to some of the things that he's claiming. The idea that men have to be peacocks in an era where young ladies during their fertility window are celebrating getting extended amounts of Plan Bs from Planned Parenthood. If young ladies aren't valuing this quote-unquote fertility window, then why is he asking young men to pretend like they are?
For her to show up in most relationships, she spent $200, $300, $400 before she's walked through the door. At Sephora, getting waxed, getting an outfit to compete with increasing expectations. She spent more money on the date before she's even showed up.
What's your number one deal breaker?
I don't like cheap economic men. Like,
ooh, for the uncles in the back, what does that mean?
Just like, I mean, spend that shit. That's it. Spend it. We only have one life to live. So all that penny pinching, man, spend that shit. You gonna get it right back.
Hey man, it's just a reminder, man. Back up off that girl today, man. This a car seat, $349 in Walmart, boy. Pull up out that girl, man. Get up off of her, man. Get down.
Oh, I don't really believe in Jesus.
I can't live without my vape. My sister is such a Gemini.
I love my male bestie. He's like a brother to me. We actually have a date later.
I hate kids. Matter of fact, I never want to be a mother. Sounds awful. Oh my God. I don't really believe in marriage. Marriage was formed by the patriarchy to benefit men.
Oh, if a girl wants to abort her baby, go ahead, girl, do you.
Why do we shame women for having high body counts?
I've had 200 men all over the world.
It's interesting living in a time now where a woman can sit on stage and essentially brag on the fact that she's been with 200 different men, and she later corrected it to 60 some odd men, but the crowd of mostly women applauds her. And essentially she's celebrating the fact that she said yes to 260 some odd men. Because for men, the consequences are very different. On the night of, you could be with those 200 women. And if one of those women wakes up the next day and says, my recollection of last night is different from yours.
Let's analyze the case. Mike Tyson calls the honey from the hotel room 2 o'clock in the morning. Is that or is that not a booty call? Can you help me?
Mike Tyson was greeted at his door at 1 o'clock in the morning by a woman. He then...
Well, we don't need to go through the case again.
But it's ridiculous. The woman was dancing at 8 o'clock, and this guy's in jail for 6 years. I don't understand it. I think it's wrong. I think
but due process of law prevailed.
I like Donald Trump, you know? Donald Trump stood up for me when they talked bad about me, and people said, what do you think about this convicted rapist? Said he was for you. He responded, and he said, he accepted my, vouching for it. He accepted that and said, Mike is my friend, and I respected that.
So men pay for everything. But in addition, it's not just paying for everything, it's demonstrating excellence and it's demonstrating effort. In every mammal, there is a courtship where the male tries to throw out its feathers or sing a song or fly around or bring the owl a rat or something that he wants to have sex with. There's a courtship ritual across all mammals where the male tries to impress the female. And to believe that isn't here is not true. Unfortunately, impressing a woman in a capitalist age with Instagram has just become all about money. And what I would offer to men is that you can replace money with effort. If you try to think of something cool to do.
What's your number one deal breaker?
I don't like cheap economic men. Like,
ooh, for the uncles in the back, what does that mean?
Just Like, I mean, spend that shit.
Generally speaking, as a member of the black community, quote unquote, especially as a man, often the decisions are made for us as to whom we're allowed to like and not like, or whom we're supposed to condemn. And so when I have two quote unquote condemnable worthy people in the same video, generally speaking, I would have to make some kind of justification or even an apology for bringing them up, but I'm not going to do that. And the reason why is simply because you can put the politics of President Trump aside, because I'm not talking about his politics in this video. He came to bat for a black man that got thrown in jail. He went on night TV and said, I'm going to stand up for this guy. His reasons, those are reasons that you can justify with someone else, but he did it. And Mike Tyson appreciated him for doing it when everyone was saying that he was a terrible person and he was in jail. Now, what happened in that bedroom, I don't know. And sometime in the future, there will be books written about it. We don't know. But what I do know is that if a guy gets it wrong one time, he can end up in jail like the heavyweight champion of the world did. And so when men talk about having 200 women or some large number of women, what we know now in 2026 is that any of those women can come back a decade, a couple of decades later and say it wasn't consensual, and you can get hemmed up like Bill Cosby, like any variety of other people that are in jail right now or facing the fact that their public persona was taken down because of one night where the stories don't match. And so in that environment, telling men you still need to be the peacocks, especially saying men need to spend the money, it's just not the same environment that it was such a long time ago. And that's not even considering the fact that it costs money to date.
Dating in the United States of America has gotten so expensive that nearly half of those who are single right now just have stopped dating. It's no longer worth it for them. Because right now, on average, singles are spending $189 for a night out. That's according to a new Bank of Montreal analysis. That's up 12.5% from $168 last year. And guess who's paying the most? Millennials. Millennials on average are spending $252 for a date night. That's a 32% jump from 2025. Gen Z, well, you're spending $205 on average for a date night, up from $194. 14% of those surveyed spend on average $300 or more for a date night. And when you go out, it's not like you're getting a ton for $200 anymore. There are plenty of taxes, you have to make sure to tip. Restaurants are charging an exorbitant amount of money for anything nowadays. According to a recent study done by Mando Media, in New York City, for example, for $122, you get a starter, 2 entrees, and 2 cocktails. That's it. That's before tax and tip.
By now, I guess I have a knee-jerk reaction to Scott Galloway's post because he continues to tell young men to date in a modern environment in a way that just doesn't jibe with what we're seeing. When a young man is thinking, maybe I'll take her on a coffee date, and we see the adverse reaction to many young ladies seeing that kind of post and saying that's not creative enough. A walking date and coffee is low effort. And so what if he decides to take her somewhere like the Cheesecake Factory, have a couple of drinks, maybe entree, shared appetizer, cheesecake to take home, and a movie? That could easily run $300, $350 these days. And would that woman really appreciate that? Or would she say that, oh, we're sharing the experience and I showed up and I'm the prize, so I did you a favor? And then we understand the idea of the booty call, where for that same young lady, there's a guy that can call her at 2, 3 in the morning. She will go to his house, maybe even take the stuff that she went on the date and got from you and give it to that man and pay for him because she sees so much value in him or what she wants from him that she'll spend money on him without him having to be romantic at all. And then, of course, this idea of the fertility window, where young ladies are celebrating the fact that more women over 40 are having children than under 20. And so if that's what women want to celebrate, good on them. But don't tell men to value their fertility window when women are essentially telling you, my fertility window is not nearly as important to me as me wanting to enjoy my 20s, my 30s, and now even my 40s. Even seeing women on the internet celebrating cougardom, and the fact that women can now experience an openness in their participation in the dating market that the modern technology of birth control have given this generation of women. So as a man, a young man at that, trying to participate in this dating environment where you got all of that going on, Scott Galloway is simply giving men terrible advice. And I, for one, I can't just let it happen. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.